continuing our team coverage now with meteorologist Blaise Keller.
He's taking a look at our seasonal fire risk here in Wisconsin right now and why this time of year poses these great risks right now, Blaise.
That is correct. Yes, we are, although coming out of winter with that amount of snow and all that obviously going into the ground, it kind of doesn't make sense, or it may be confusing as to why we are seeing these wildfire risks. But let's take a look at the total fires today. Total acreage burn, almost 3,000. Of course, we're covering the one near Jackson County, which is the largest and roughly about 40 to 50% contained. But you can see how many wildfires or fires were present today. Here's a look at all of the seasons, the months even broken down, and when we see most of those fires per season. You can see March, April, May, we are in the peak of Wisconsin's fire season. And this is over just the last 10 years. So why does this happen during the spring? Well, despite the fact that we melted all that snow, it's in the ground. It's not in our vegetation. That vegetation was dead over winter. It littered the ground, and now that's just fuel. So we've got the low humidity today. We've had the strong winds yesterday, lighter winds today, which has been good, but all of that is the reason why this point in the year is our biggest fire season. Now, John, obviously we got red flag warnings. You can see it behind you there. Today, not as strong of winds, but when are we looking at a reduction in the fire weather risks?
Yeah, well, great work there, Blaise. And again, we do have a perfect scenario for these fires because it's an early season warm up in winds where you have almost no vegetation going. They're trying to get rolling out there, but it's probably going to be another week or two. So temperatures outside, they are warm. We're seeing the temperatures in the 80s. That's obviously important to see temperatures high, especially with dry humidity. When you get the temperature further and further away from the dew point, that's when the relative humidity drops, and that's why we're dealing with that. Now, max wind gusts today, they were not as strong as yesterday. 25 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts. Yesterday, 35 to 40, but the fires have already been ongoing, so it's going to be really hard to stop them. Now, current wind gusts are still at that 23 to 28 mark, so they're really at their peak. When do I expect this to get down? Well, the temperature drops, and that is actually going to save us here. Still very high tomorrow. We might need another red flag warning on your Friday. Saturday, still, I would not burn the early season barbecues, something to watch out for. But Sunday through next week, things are going to be better. We're going to see some rain, maybe some snow, maybe any type of precip, but temperatures dropping are going to be crucial. So that's good news on the fire front.
All right, thank you so much, John. Look, we're continuing to monitor and follow this ongoing story closely. With that Fort McCoy fire only about halfway contained right now, we will have continuing coverage throughout this newscast.